Percentile is a pretty common term heard these days, especially in standardized testing. You get your results and you see that you're in some percentile. Well, what does that really mean? Here's a data set, and what percentile really means, the percent of all data that is at or below the number of interest. So, for example, here's a data set, and maybe these are test scores for some test. Well, it's always convenient to sort it. So here's my sorted list. All right, so you can see, some folks really didn't do very well. Some middle C's, B's, 1 A+. Well, let's ask a question. And the question is, a score of 75, like this score, is what percentile? Well, remember this is the percent of data that is at or below. So what we can do is really divide this. 75 is at our number of interest, and all these are below it. And if you were to count up, there were 17 at or below our number of interest of 75. There happened to be 24 data points total. So the percentile is fairly straightforward. 17 out of 24 times 100, and you end up, this is 70.83%, which I might just round to 71% is at or below our number of interest of 75. You'll notice something of importance here, because there can be some confusion. Because the 75 is oftentimes published as a percentage itself. Well, what'd you get on the test? You got 75%. That's not the same as the percentile. Notice the percentile, 71%. All right, so the two are different. Just because you get 75% on the test does not mean you're in the 75th percentile, because it really depends on what everyone else does. The percentile is in comparison to all the other test takers, where the score of 75% is ideally judged against some standard. So you have 75% of the information mastered, and it looks like no one had 100% of the information mastered, although one person was very close. But in comparison to your classmates, you're in the 71st percentile, so they really do measure different things.